What's up, everybody? Episode 6. Me, Abood, Kuz, back at it again. Got a lot to cover. A lot of stuff that come out post draft. Everything from the Daniel Jones. There's a situation, report came out not too long ago about one, I think it was, I don't know if it was a coach or a scout. One NFL team said something about him wanting to possibly move to tight end because they didn't believe that he could even be a quarterback in this league. Which, I mean, we'll get into that. We got a lot of player options that were declined. There's some very interesting names out there. We have the XFL and they released their schedule and also their broadcasting partnerships. We have some Ryan Shazier news, some very good news on that situation. Unfortunately, some not good news with JPP, as a lot of you probably know. We have we're gonna talk about the Dak Prescott quarterback situation. We have some notable free agents up on the board, and also we're going to talk about the Pacman Jones situation because this guy could probably write a series on all the stuff that he's been through. It's crazy, but we're going to jump into it. We're going to start off with Daniel Jones, and I didn't fully read the whole article. I don't know if you guys did either, but it was just I don't know. It didn't say a team. Obviously, it would never name a team, but it said something about during the combine, he was asked to move to tight end, and some teams that felt that he couldn't, he couldn't be a quarterback in the NFL next level. And as much as me being a Giants fan, and we all wanted Josh Allen and everything. At this point, Daniel Jones is our quarterback. I've accepted it. I've moved on, and I'm not going to sit here and hope for this guy to play like crap. I joke around and everything, and I say the whole situation like, oh, maybe we could tank for two, or we could tank for two next year, or maybe we could take for Trevor Lawrence in 2 years. But like, come on, I don't want to sit here and as a fan base have to go through watching our team suck a couple seasons. I didn't necessarily think Daniel Jones was second or third best quarterback in the draft, but I did not. I never thought that the kid would move to tight end. To me, that's just outrageous. But we'll kick it to Abood first. You go ahead and see your thoughts on the subject. See what you think about it.
Yeah, I'm like you said, it's a pretty ridiculous topic. Especially considering that he did get like that Manning stamp of approval. We've seen it in the past before. Athletes, and I use that term like very like loosely, like players who are considered to be athletes. If certain scouts or coaches think they can't excel at the position that they're coming into, they can move around from receiver to quarterback to whatever the case need be. I don't think that Daniel Jones himself has the athleticism to move into tight end. And if he doesn't have the athleticism, I think what would he lack as far as the blocking would go? So I think he just needs to stick to it at quarterback. I don't think. I mean, obviously that's the position we drafted him to play, and like you said, at this point, you just gotta hope for the best and hope that he could bring us some kind of success.
Kuz?
Um, I think he's athletic enough to play tight end, but like the kid's not a bad quarterback. None of us thought that he should have been drafted at 6. I think at this point, like, do you guys just like hope for the best, sit behind Eli, learn from one of the better quarterbacks in the game? I mean, although he's towards the twilight of his career, Eli's not a bad quarterback to sit behind and learn from. I don't know. I think whoever put out that report was bullshit.
Yeah. One thing that was interesting to me was some of our rookie minicamp pickups that we did. A lot of people were excited that we picked up kid Josiah Toa. So there's him with this kid Mark McLaurin, who's a safety at Mississippi State, and then he dropped him down to like kind of like an inside linebacker role because Betcher came out and he said that he liked this kid. He sees him in like a Deion Buchanan role. So I know we wanted to sign Deion Buchanan in free agency, but if we can get this kid who's young and he can fill that need at that money maker position, then I'll take it. And the one thing that I did see that was very interesting was we picked up Eric Dungy, the quarterback from Syracuse, and everybody seems to think that he has a really good shot at making the team, but they wanted to make him as Giants are thinking that they want to make him as their Taysom Hill. They want him to be that kid who comes and does everything. They want him to come in and run the ball. They want him to do special teams. They want him to do trick plays and all that stuff. And that's what Dungy did at Syracuse. He's a big kid. He's 6'4". I believe he's 225, 230. And if you see the kid, he got some size and some muscle on him, and he's got some power and some wheels too. And I thought that was a very interesting thing that they could possibly do. I don't know if they would put him under the quarterback because we already have 4 or 5 other quarterbacks, so it'd be kind of hard to justify bringing 4 or 5 QBs into the regular season on a 53-man roster. But yeah, I think it's just I saw that and I thought that was like a very interesting pickup, and I think they gave him a solid bit of money guaranteed. But I don't know. We'll see how that whole situation unfolds. Again, it was just rookie minicamp, a couple days. They didn't have pads on, so we'll see. We'll something to keep your eye on. But moving forward, I'm sure you guys saw about the XFL. They released their scheduled play dates, and they released their broadcast partners. And I gotta say, I'm actually pretty surprised because they I'm not gonna say I'm surprised, but they are more. They've done, I guess, it's more of their homework, and they've done more of their research, and they've gotten better connections and better contracts with a lot of these networks. We saw the AAF, and we liked the AAF and what they brought to the table, but they were only on CBS, and they were on. Sometimes I think they were on Bleacher Report, Live, and other times they were on the NFL Network. But XFL's got contracts with ESPN, ABC, Fox Sports, and FS1. And I believe it's the spring league. It's a 10-game season, I want to say, off the top of my head. And I think it only spans about 2 months. So I'm really interested to see how it's going to work. I haven't seen anything as far as teams or even team names or maybe owners. I haven't seen anything like that. But I think it's just an interesting start. And I think, that's pretty good that they're on all 4 networks just streaming. And I feel like when Mr. Man's going to set it up at some point, he'll probably put it through some time. He'll probably have his own network at some point or do something with WWE Network or something like that, and he'll put it through that. But who's looking to see you and get your thoughts on it?
I know we touched base on this when we were kind of recapping how the AAF went down. And basically them sitting back and learning from their mistakes as well as their prior mistakes when Vince McMahon first tried to do this league originally. On paper from the start, it looks like they kind of got their shit a lot more organized and kind of got it together, especially with those big name TV stations that they have contracts with. I'm pretty excited to see how this turns out. More excited to see what teams and what cities will have teams, I should say. Also, what players will move there they haven't already they don't already have. I think Vince McMahon is a lot more prepared for this one. So I hope it does good. Ideally we would all like to watch football year round.
Oh yeah.
Ideally, it would give us more to talk about as well on the podcast. I don't know. I'm just really excited to see this take off and see where it goes.
Oh, definitely. Booze?
Yeah, just like you guys said, it's definitely. I was really surprised when I saw the channels they got contracts with, just because if you remember way back when XFL first, when they tried to come out the first time, I think they were on UPN or something like that. They were on some real small whatever your local channel 4 was, they just showed your games. And to see that they have if the season plays out, their championship game is on ESPN, that's pretty big, especially for a non-NFL football league. That's so I hope he definitely has the financial backing, and I think that this shows that he wasn't afraid to spend the money to secure these time slots on these particular channels. So I think it's going to be definitely more successful this time around.
Real quick, I was just looking up some of the I don't know if this is the exact list. I don't know if this is official, but I mean, from what I'm seeing, it's all I can really find on it. But the teams right now I'm seeing, it says they have Dallas. They're going to be playing in Arlington, Texas, at Globe Life Park in Arlington, where the Texas Rangers are playing, but the league after 2019. Houston's going to have a team that's in Houston, Texas. That's TDECU Stadium. That's where the Houston Cougars play. LA is going to have a team in Carson. They're going to be playing at Dignity Health Sports Park, where LA Galaxy soccer team plays. There's going to be a New York team that plays in MetLife. There's going to be a St. Louis team, St. Louis, Missouri, playing in the Dome at America's Center. There's going to be a Seattle team playing where the Seahawks and the Sounders play. There's going to be a Tampa Bay team playing where the Bucks and the USF Bulls play. And there's going to be a Washington, D.C. team playing where D.C. United soccer team plays. So, 8 teams so far. And, yeah. Oh, and actually, reading a little bit more, it says that they're going to have practice squads, and they might actually have a farm system, too. So that's actually going to be that's really interesting, actually. I think I want to definitely look into this more, but that's that's pretty good. If they're gonna have like a farm system or anything, which I really believe the NFL should have, just to have kids or have younger players that you could just develop under the practice squad, that I think that's a great idea.
Um, what I really want to see is like more so along the AAF, like a lot less of this fucking bullshit calls the NFL throws. I just want to see some real old school football. And I might get a little off topic here, but just something like off the top of my head. I'm getting tired of all these NFL players getting all these big ass contracts when they're basically playing touch football. Like back in the day, you guys got paid big money because you took the risk of playing a violent sport. So why should you get paid now when you guys all cry like a bunch of babies when you get hit? I don't know, man. I don't think guys should be deserving getting paid 15, 20, even $30 million a year when you like it's not a violent sport anymore. You get paid the big bucks because you put your body on the line for the sole fact of entertaining the fans. And the fact that they're getting this amount of money now is bullshit.
I mean, like to just the other side of it, that's going to be your outlook on it, then people should have a grievance with Le'Veon Bell not taking franchise tags every year when it's still a significant amount of money. When it's like he's still taking the beating, so it's like you can't really talk about the amount of money that they're making when it's like the whole point of progressing a league and making it so that way it's sustainable and that it's long term is making so that you at your very best can at least prevent injuries from happening. We know that they're going to happen. It's just the fact of bringing that percentage down. So like other than like quarterbacks, like I don't think anybody. Other than quarterbacks, I feel like everybody has the right to bitch about like there needs to be like more safety for players. But I feel like now in this league, like you can't even breathe on a quarterback without it being a penalty. But yeah, I definitely think that there's some like grounds for an argument.
All right. Well, it's we're gonna get to a certain contract situation a little bit later in the cast, and that team's going to be very interesting because they're in a very interesting spot, and we're going to get to that in a second. But moving on to some less unfortunate news, you guys have heard the news about Jason Pierre-Paul and his neck injury. Very unfortunate situation. He got into a car crash. I think it was a single car accident last week, and he's been going around getting second opinions because the first opinions are people saying that he may miss or he probably will miss the entirety of the next NFL season. Now, he is only 30 years old, and he played very well last year, but neck injuries, that could be a career-ending type of injury. So, it's to my knowledge, I haven't gotten any other information whether he is definitely out or not. I don't know. I know it was a neck fracture, but I don't know to what extent. I don't know if it's like how bad it is. I don't know if there's different degrees to it or what, but it's definitely something that you're going to keep an eye on because this was also there was Gerald McCoy rumors that were swirling around with the Browns. Now, I feel like regardless of whether JPP was got hurt or not, I didn't see the Bucs trading him anyway. He's been a core veteran with them for a long time. For the Bucs to have to trade him, they'd have to come out with a crazy offer. I feel the Browns would have to, but yeah, I think regardless of that, even with the situation now, JPP, I don't see them trading Gerald McCoy at all. But Kuz, I don't know if you have any other information that I might have missed on about this injury.
No, in my opinion, I think because of where his injury is and the severe risk it is of him playing, he apparently has a fracture in his neck, and I don't think he'll be playing this season. I think that's too big of a risk in that area to be playing on, and I think that they're not gonna okay him to play for this season. It's unfortunate, and like you said, I definitely don't see the Bucs trading Gerald McCoy anymore.
Yeah. Anything else?
Hold on. I might get I might get off topic right here, but Adam Schefter just tweeted that Ziggy Ansah is expected to sign with the Seattle Seahawks.
All right. I just got that too.
That was a little live news for you.
All right. Seahawks win. All right. I guess I'll see. Let me know if you get the numbers on that too. By the way.
I will. If they come up, I'll for sure let you know.
All right.
But for now, let's let Abood here. Let's hear Abood's thoughts on JPP, and then we'll get back to that.
Oh yeah, no, just super unfortunate about JPP. They're definitely not going to trade McCoy now. They probably, just because like that whole situation with Jameis is such a toss up in the air, I could probably have seen them wanting to like blow up the team, try and get as many assets as they can if they did want to trade him. But now that they just lost JPP, they might need as much help as they can on defense. So yeah, definitely unfortunate though.
Yeah. All right. Well. Yeah. It's just something that we have to watch and monitor, wait and see what happens with that. I hope him the best. I hope it's not something that puts him out for season. But yeah, mess around your next time. It's nothing to play with. So I mean, even if it is just like a fracture and they say, "Well, you got to sit down at least this year," I think you should just do the smart thing, prolong his career, and just prolong his life. Because it could be something that he thinks he could play through, and he could try to make one wrong move, and that could be not only his NFL career, but that could be the rest of his life.
I mean, like I said, just because of where the injury is, I just don't see him getting cleared by any doctor. So if he wants to play on the injury, he's probably gonna have to sign some kind of waiver. I don't think the NFL is gonna willing to take on that liability without him signing something. Because, like you said, one wrong move, or you get hit the wrong way, or you might even get whiplash and you get paralyzed.
Yeah. Just to add on what you said about the whole Ziggy Ansah thing, by the way, it's a 1-year deal. They said he's expected to sign on Thursday, but there's no numbers on it yet. So we'll see if we get any numbers on that. Moving on to some lighter news. I don't know if you guys saw, but Ryan Shazier got married recently, and they actually showed a video of him actually dancing at his wedding. And I think that's awesome, coming from what happened with him and his whole unfortunate injury. Not only for him to be walking again, but the things you've seen this guy do, the things you see like him doing like the box jumps, and actually you see the guy walking around with no cane, you see him dancing at his wedding, and everything. He's come such a long way, and it's just like an inspiration. It's one of the best stories in football right now, and one of the best stories that's been around for a while. It's like we all saw that video of him doing the box jumps, and it's like, if that doesn't motivate you and inspire you to do things, it's like what really can. Like, this guy that came from like this. We all watched. I'm pretty sure we all saw that live. I was watching that live, and for that dude to make that hit, and just that's what everybody says, like, keep your head up when you tackle. For him to make that one wrong move and you saw him. Like I immediately like when he rolled over and you saw how he had to drag his legs over, and he started saying, "I can't feel my legs." Like it's like it was so deflating to see that. Like just to see that guy coming from getting taken off on a stretcher to walking with a cane and then walking without the cane, doing boxers, and now the guy's dancing. Like I'm waiting to see the kid go run 40s now. I'm waiting for it. That I know it's going to happen, and I mean, I really want to see what's going to happen if the NFL, clears this guy to come back. But just the story in itself of the guy walking and doing everyday normal life activities is just amazing. Abu, you want to talk anything you want to say about that?
Yeah, no, there's not too much more to say. It's definitely incredible. I definitely wouldn't be surprised if he made a comeback, just to see like everything that like he went through and all the hard work it took him to come back. If I saw that he made a comeback, I really wouldn't be surprised.
Bruce?
Yeah, when that happened, it's very like upsetting and disheartening to see. I follow Ryan Shazier a lot when he played at Ohio State, and he was one of my favorite linebackers coming out of that draft. But always keep your head up. Just like you said, it's just really crazy how far this man has really come to having to be helped walking by his wife or his girlfriend at the time, now his wife, to the box jump to now he's dancing. It wouldn't surprise me if I seen him on the NFL field again. I think his biggest hurdle will be getting clearance from the NFL, not him physically, not him physically being able to do it. I would definitely be excited to see him back on the field.
Man, I can't imagine not only him but like other people that are going to be like if he ever gets back on the field. Like I can't imagine other people that will sit here and they see him on the field playing, and everybody's going to have that anxiety and that fear behind them that they're like, this guy he's done all this amazing things, and he gets to here and what if I'm the person that like hits him or whatever, or like and I tackle him and something happens and it happens again, like it's got to be some type of anxiety, some type of fear, whether you're him or the people that he's going against, like
for sure.
I
can tell you one thing's for sure. As much as I hate the Steelers, if I see Ryan Shazier on the field and I see him make that first tackle back from that injury, I'm gonna be so hyped.
Oh, for sure.
Like I'm gonna be so hyped for that, man.
Definitely. Like I said, I want to see the guy. Like I want to see him running. I want to see him running. Like because I want to see him like taking off, running down the field like full speed, and then from there I want to see the pads. I want to see the whole progression. Like if this guy comes back, the kid is like a Pro Bowl linebacker. Let's be real about it. Like if I see this kid come back and just become like he never left. If I see him come back, I don't know what I'm going to do. Like I might be in tears. I'm not going to lie. Like this is one of the most amazing football stories I've ever heard.
I might cry. I'm a girl, man.
It's amazing. It's really amazing what these people can do. Moving on before I start shedding tears. We'll talk about we'll move on to a story that Cruz actually brought to my attention. I didn't even hear about it. He told me about it not too long ago. Pacman Jones, the latest in the Pacman Jones saga. I'm waiting for him to make a movie or something. He's got to come out with a book. Get me reading again. I haven't read a book in a long time. The last book I read, I think I read like the first paragraph of Harry Potter. And I was like, nah, it's not for me. I put it down. And I waited for the movies to come out. Movies are spectacular. But the book, it comes off like a dictionary, so I already don't want to read it. It was like really small print. There was no pictures. It was not a good time. But Kuz, you take the lead on this because I don't really know all the full details. I hope I can enjoy this story though. I think it's going to be that I laughed about. Let's go, Kuz.
All right, so basically what happened is he was gambling in a casino in Indiana, and he was capping his bets. And basically what that means is he would bet one thing, and as soon as he saw he had a winning hand, he would try and sneak an extra chip or two on top of his original bet. And for the first couple of hands, it worked out for him. And then the officials pulled him from the table. He started to become irate. He then flicked off. Then he gave them the finger right in front of their noses. And when a cop tried to like reach for his hand, he swatted his hand away. It's just like, man.
Oh God.
To me, how stupid do you have to be to try and cheat at a casino? You can't breathe in the casino without them knowing which way you're breathing or which way your breath is gonna go. Like there's cameras in front of you, there is cameras behind you, there's cameras to your right, there's cameras to your left. I wouldn't even be surprised if there's cameras under you. Like the casino, you they can see your every goddamn movement. So the fact that he would even try some stupid shit like that blows my mind.
Uh, yeah, I saw a little bit of the video. I didn't see the whole thing, but like, just like the same thing you said. Like, it's just I've been in casinos before, and like like Atlantic City and everything. But like, there's literally, like you said, there's cameras everywhere. It's just there's people watching you all the time. There's cameras right above you, and even the camera in the video for him, it's like you could see his hands perfectly, so you could see what he's doing in his hands. So like, even if he tries to act like this, like, how do you deny this? Like, come on, man. Like, I don't see how this guy like. I really don't see how he's like still in the NFL or even just like relevant in the first place anyway. Like, I feel like the guy's got like
This is the
seven
only way he's
chances.
relevant.
Like,
This is the only way you even still hear Pacman Jones' name. He's doing some dumbass shit like trying to cheat at a casino.
like, oh man, I don't know. Boo, speak about this, man.
Yeah, I don't know. It's pretty ballsy. I'm not gonna lie to you. Like, there's like some shit where like you could like be somewhere and be like, nah, I could totally pull this off here. Like, that's definitely one of the more ballsiest moves ever. And like, he probably was like, yeah, I'm at some fucking casino in Indiana. Like, if there's any place I could pull this shit off, it's here. It's here and now. And it's like, no,
Yo,
that's actually the place where you get fucked, my friend.
it's like it's not even like he was counting cards. He was trying to cap his bets. Like what? He would have been better off counting cards.
Yeah, for real. Like, I don't know if he's smart enough to do it, but maybe I don't say the easier option, but like, come on, man. Like, uh, oh, this guy is a clown. Clown. Like, I don't know. We're gonna move on from him because I don't like I said, I don't know how that guy still exists in the NFL, but we're gonna move on from that. uh, we're gonna hit on Dak Prescott situation, and then we'll jump into some notable free agents left on the board, and then we're gonna go back to a lot of these players that were drafted, I believe it's 2016, that have their 5th-year player options. They actually had them decline, and there's some actually interesting names out there. And me being a Giant fan and our team being in shambles the way it is, we could actually use a couple people. But let's jump into this Dak Prescott situation, and then because I'm sure the three of us are going to agree on most of this first off, and then we'll jump into some local free agent names, and we'll go from there. I'm getting ahead of myself. I can shut up. So we'll start with the Dak Prescott situation. Reports that I saw were that he's going to make north of $30 million per season. Abood, you go ahead. I'll let you do. I'll let you say what you guys think. Cause you lead this one. You go ahead. Go ahead.
Look, honestly, don't let this hat that I'm wearing right now fool you. This is not bias. This is just absolute logic.
Hold
If
on.
you,
Hold on. I'm gonna mute my mic. I want you to have the complete floor. This is gonna go
yeah,
really long. You go ahead.
no, don't let this hat fool you. This is not bias. This is 1000% logic. If you can look me in the face and tell me that Dak Prescott as an NFL quarterback is worth touching $30 million a year, I have a beach house in Idaho I could sell you. Okay. That's the most absurd shit I have ever heard. Buddy, you're not even the best quarterback in your fucking division. How are you going to tell me you're the best quarterback in the fucking league? And don't get me wrong, we have this conversation all the time, how much it would cost to replace a position as opposed to just paying to keep a player at a position, or what's available in the market to plug that position. That's fucking great. Cowboys fans, do you think Dak Prescott, look me in the face and tell me Dak Prescott is worth $30 million a fucking year? Where the fuck is Bobby? Bobby, tell me that Dak Prescott is worth $30 million a fucking year. I don't fucking think that. Come on, man. Nah, you know what? We could make a fucking argument. Carson Wentz, all right, whatever. You were an MVP fucking candidate before you went down. Eli Manning, whatever, bro. Your time's over. Fucking Daniel Jones, get the fuck out of here. Dak Prescott, $30 million. Come on, bro. Come the fuck on, bro. Come on. Let's go. I was born at night. I wasn't born last night. All right? I'm not fucking doing this shit.
This was a family show. It was. I swear I was at one point. Ooh, go ahead. Oh man.
Nah, I'm gonna be real with you, Dak Prescott. I don't even think Dak Prescott's worth $15 million a year. Maybe like 12 to 13, just because of the going rate for quarterbacks. But I mean, Dak, if you want 30 million, that O line that's been protecting you and saving your ass, you ain't gonna be good no more, my man, because they can't pay those guys, and those guys make you look good. I just nah, he's not worth it.
Yeah. Here's the thing too, is that like if we talk about all these teams that have these we talk about all these teams that have these rookie quarterbacks on rookie deals, and like you use this as a way to like stack up the rest of your team, whatever, that's great. But now it's about to come to like a really interesting point in time where your rookie quarterback is coming off of his deal, and let's see like what sacrifices you make. Are you going to pay to keep said rookie quarterback, which you know he's about to break the bank, or are you going to use that money to fill all the other available positions around? And in which case, please trust me, Dallas Cowboys, please give Dak Prescott $30 million a year. Please. I would love that shit. I would fucking love that shit. Because guess what? All these, just like Koo said, all these offensive linemen you guys like, fucking gone. All these fucking defensive players that you guys like to fucking find after they go beat their wives and fucking beat their children and tie them up and all this crazy shit, they're not going to be available anymore for you guys. So you guys are going to be so fucking invested in Dak Prescott, your last name is going to be Prescott.
Going to be the Dallas Prescotts because they can't afford nobody else.
That's literally it. That he's going to be the poster child. You think Zeke is staying when he knows that Dak got $30 million a year from y'all and he's been the better player on the team? Get the fuck out of here, yo. No way.
Oh man. Is it safe to come out now? My gosh. Guys, let the heat come out. My goodness. Yeah, so it's just when I saw this, I was interested. It's interesting to me because the Cowboys are gonna lose. The Cowboys are gonna lose multiple people here because if you guys saw, Amari Cooper is demanding like stupid money, and okay, I get Amari Cooper is a good receiver. I'm not paying him. I'm not paying him, the top 3 to 5 receivers in the NFL because I don't believe he's the top 3 to 5 receiver in the NFL. So I saw he said he wants at least 16 million per season. I'm not giving Amari Cooper that. So if the Cowboys want to do that, they want to give Amari Cooper at least 16. Or Amari Cooper wants at least 16 mil per season. Dak's gonna want 30 mil per season, and then you have to sign Zeke Elliott back, along with they're going to have offensive linemen they're losing too. So you tell me, if you're the Cowboys, and you've just drafted Dak Prescott to your a third round quarterback that you didn't expect to come in and start the way he did. Now, if you see that you could spend a third round pick on him, and before that, I don't even know what round pick Tony Romo was, but you had Romo before him. You got to pick your pick from Romo. You got years from him. You got years from Zach, or from Dak. So now you're sitting here and you have a decision to make whether you're going to lock up some of your linemen and Zeke and Amari, or you're going to lock up and put $30 million into Dak by himself. Knowing you can go back and get gold in the third or fourth round and slap some other random quarterback back there, and as long as he doesn't lose you the game, you should be all right. Why would you invest $30 million in Dak Prescott? What other team is he going to go to that's going to pay him $30 million and he's going to lead it to an 11-5 record, a 10-5, a 10-6 record? What other team is he going to go to? He's going to be a Pro Bowl quarterback.
Yo, honestly, at this point, they should just trade Dak Prescott and their first round pick to move up into the top 3 of the draft and draft one of the new quarterbacks. that would be their best bet.
I only don't want it to happen because I don't want to see them with Tua or Herbert or anybody next year. I'd rather not see that.
Me neither, but I'm just saying that's their best bet because I'm telling you right now, if they give Dak Prescott $30 million, they're not going to be able to afford $16 million for Amari Cooper, and they're not going to be able to afford to re-sign Zeke.
No, and I believe they have offensive linemen they need to get re-signed too. I mean, Zeke Elliott contract is expiring after 2020, so you have to lock up Amari. If you're gonna lock up Amari, you have to lock Amari up, you have to lock up Dak, and then you have to lock up Zeke. And then I believe you have offensive lineman numbers coming out too. So, go ahead.
Put it this way, like I don't know how much the average NFL salary is. Let's just say if the average NFL salary is $90 million, if you were to pay all these players upon their request, you're giving $60 million, because we would say Zeke is probably like a $15 million a year running back for sure. So like if you give him his 15 a year, you give 16 to Amari, and you give Dak his 30, that's literally 60 mil of the salary cap that you're spending on 3 players. So it's like that's just a ridiculous situation to be in. I think that's a situation that like we obviously avoided being in, because it's like we would have had Odell on the books. Saquon's contract would have been coming up after however many years. So it's definitely some place that you don't want to be. You don't want that much money tied up in very few amount of players, because if something happens to those players, that's literally dead money right there. Or if they just don't perform up to their standards, which is honestly, like, let's be real here. Okay, Tony Romo was a serviceable quarterback. Y'all paid him and he shit the bed. Like, where did he take y'all?
They went to a couple 8-8 seasons. Some division wild card.
Assisted to a couple Giants Super Bowl runs, so you don't have the best track record on paying quarterbacks. So I think you guys need to chill the fuck out before we start throwing out numbers like $30 million a year. Like, that's kind of fucking absurd.
Are we still on this? We're still on the Dak topic, right?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, honestly, we just need to move past this because, like Abood said, Dak's not even the best quarterback in the division, so there's no reason he should be getting paid as one of the top quarterbacks in the league. I don't even think he's in the top 5 quarterbacks of his conference.
No, I don't think so either.
I don't even know if he's in the top 8.
Hey, let me ask you guys a question. If you had to put a team together today, who would you want as your quarterback, Dak Prescott or Mitchell Trubisky?
Trubisky.
All bias aside, I'm not even gonna ask you right now, Kuz. Joe, if you had to put a team together, you could either have Sam Darnold or Dak Prescott as your quarterback. Who you taking?
I'm taking Darnold.
Like, come on, man. $30 million a year for what? For what?
Yeah, to me, he doesn't do anything. He's a game manager. He's not a franchise quarterback to me. Like, again, you put him on the Bucks. Put him on Tampa Bay. Like, see if he's a franchise quarterback still. And real quick before we move on, I just reading now. So they have to work out a deal for Amari Cooper, and he said that he wants around $60 million a year. You got to figure Dak Prescott's going to want around 30. Then you have Zeke coming in, and he's going to get maybe around 15, 14 a year. Then you have to resign Byron Jones, and he just made the Pro Bowl as a corner. And then you got to resign Jalen Smith. I think that's all in the next 2 years. And they only have about $14 million in cap space.
Yeah, so I don't know. Like, there's obviously that strategy that teams do where they know, like, okay, we have like a solid core, we can compete right now. So what we'll do is whoever needs to get re-signed right now, we'll re-sign them right now. We'll front load the entire contract so they get all their guaranteed money in the first 2 years, and that way we can restructure the entire. But that's only if you know, like, this is a team that can compete right now. Are the Cowboys a team that can compete right now, that can like put themselves in a financial hold for the next 2 or 3 years, and then once again for another 2 or 3 years when it's time to restructure and re-sign those players? I don't think so, man. I really don't. I think that, and like obviously I don't want to see their success, but if I had to like tell them what to do for their success, what they've been doing as far as like having a strong run game, having a strong offensive line, and just having whatever pieces needed on defense, like they need to keep that model up. Once you pay Dak $30 million a year, that's all these players you're gonna need to replace at all these different positions.
Yep. Yep. All right. We're gonna move past this because it's like beating a dead horse.
Yeah, this really shouldn't even be a debate, honestly.
It's not a debate. I feel like it's more of like a roasting session at this point about the Cowboys.
Yeah.
Thing.
For us, it's a roasting
like,
session, but for the
yeah,
Cowboys, they're legitimately debating this.
I mean, I really feel like there's not really a debate here.
And for all the Cowboys fans who are like, y'all don't have room to talk about quarterback situations, yeah, you're right. We don't. But guess what? We're not going to fucking give Daniel Jones $30 million a year. So guess what? I could talk shit.
Shit, y'all didn't even give Eli $30 million a year.
Nope. Eli's
trust me, we came close. We came close.
He would have at least been worth.
Eli's in his last year of his deal. He's only making $23 million.
There would have been a lot better argument for Eli to get $30 million than Dak. Eli has brought y'all 2 Super Bowls, so I don't even think Dak's made it out of the divisional round.
Like I said, Eli's in the last year of his deal, and he's only making $23 million. And I think if he don't retire after this year, I think we're going to try to give him a 1-year deal, maybe 2, and it's going to be around like 30 to 40. That's about it. They're going to do something just because he's Eli Manning. But we'll cross that bridge when we get to it. We're going to move on. We got notable free agents up on the market. And then we're going to get into some decline player options. We'll go down the list of people, and we'll got a list of people that we have that decline player options, and just like I said, there's a couple people out there that I would definitely take over Giants in a heartbeat. But we'll kick it to Cruz. Cruz is going to lead off and talk about our notable free agents we have left on the market, and we'll just talk about that. Go from there. Cruz, all you.
So the notable free agents left on the market, or at least the top 10, are Jay Ajayi, Michael Crabtree, Corey Liuget, Ndamukong Suh, no longer Ezekiel Ansah because he just agreed to a contract with the Seahawks, as we reported on the podcast earlier. Muhammad Wilkerson, Derek Morgan, Jamie Collins, Morris Claiborne, and the most surprising name on this list to me, Eric Berry. I don't know why Eric Berry's still a free agent. That one kind of blows my mind, to be honest.
Could be his decision too, honestly. He could be waiting for the right situation.
I mean, at this point, he's not going to get a whole lot of money. Maybe like a 1-year prove-it deal. I think is like in the folds for him.
I think at this point, like Abud said, I think it's just the fact that Eric Berry, I think he's made his money, and I think he's just trying to see how things spin out. He wanted to go you're not going to make your money after all those waivers free agency go. You're not going to get a big, huge, deal after all those waivers free agency go. A lot of people wait till after the draft They see who drafts whatever so might still need. He might whatever they still might need, and then when teams like thin out their roster and stuff, then it's like almost like a second free agency for people that can
But
cash in. So
but to be honest, the Chiefs kind of did him dirty and released him after the first 2 waves of free agency.
That's a fact. But
no,
if I'm Eric Berry, honestly, like, why wouldn't I want to like wait until like a team like you never know, maybe like the Patriots. I'm not even saying that they need him, but like a team that
Don't even put that juju on me, Ricky Bobby.
I know, but I'm just saying if I'm him and I've had literally all this money, all this success in my career, like at this point in my career, I'll do like a 1 year deal with the Patriots, go win a Super Bowl and go get paid next year. So it's like for him, I don't think money is like he knows eventually the money's gonna come, and right now I think for him, he's picking what team he thinks is gonna take him the furthest.
he's got the man. Like I said, well, two things. One, I was thinking the same thing with the Patriots, but the fact that you said it makes me feel better because I didn't put it out there. You put it out into the universe, but I feel the same way. I feel that he's just gonna pick and choose whatever team he wants to go to because I'm sure he's had offers. I'm sure he has suitors. Be people that are going to sit here and say, you're going to come in and start. And he's like, yeah, I know I will, but I'm going to sit here and wait. I'll bide my time. I don't feel like coming to training camps and stuff like that. I'll work out on my own, get myself in shape, do what I want to do, and I'll step in. I'll go to a contender. I'll get the playbook. I'll learn it and everything. I'll come in and try to make a title run. He doesn't have a ring, so
It's a
even
fact.
if he wants to go for a year somewhere, like can you imagine him going to like the Saints or something like that? He'd be big on that secondary.
Does he?
Because because let's be real. Let's act like Eric Berry. I'm sure like there are teams out there that have maybe not top notch starter money, but have given him considerably reasonable starter contracts. Like teams have
Yeah.
definitely offered him multi-year contracts to, but for him at this point, I think before he takes the money, I think he really just wants to go chase that ring.
Oh yeah. I think if Eric Weddle got a solid deal, I think he will too. I think he can probably go out somewhere and you go to a Super Bowl contender, or you go to a team that can go deep into the playoffs. You take a 1 year, 7, 8, $10 million deal maybe. You see if you can go win a Super Bowl, and then if you want to keep playing after that, you keep playing. You turn around, and everybody's like, whoa, Eric Berry had his big season. He won a ring. He made a Pro Bowl again. They give you another one big last deal. So you play on that deal, and then you retire. If not, you walk away on top of the Super Bowl ring and $10 million extra in your pocket. So it makes sense to me. I don't really know where. I think I don't really know where I see him going. That's my main issue, my main thing. Again, like you said before, I can say as much as I want now because you put it out to the universe. But I see him. I can see him going to the Patriots. I can see him going there and just getting his 1 year and winning his ring. I don't really know any other places. I can see him going. I mean,
He,
again, I can see the Saints maybe.
he plays
Uh,
free safety, right? Or does he play strong
I
safety?
believe he's a free safety.
Fuck, bring him to the Jets. Marcus May's always hurt. It sucks because I like Marcus May, but come on, man, stay healthy.
I mean, Eric Berry's also an upgrade.
Oh, for sure, 100%. I mean, as much as I like Marcus May, Eric Berry is an upgrade. And I know
Yeah.
Jamal holding down the strong side.
Oh yeah, Eric Berry will be pretty good for your defense too,
That
man.
that's why
Even from
that's why I had to ask if he's a free safety because we can't. I mean, if he's a strong safety, we can't get him.
I believe it's free safety. I mean, on and off the field, I think he'd be really good for your team. It's just as a great veteran, locker room presence. That'd be pretty good for you guys too. What's your contract? What's your salary cap situation look like?
I think we have like 20 something million left.
Well, I mean, he probably it would be a bad fit. It depends on how he probably see you guys, whether you guys are contenders or not enough for him. 'Cause like we said, at this point, I see him going to a contender at least for on a year deal. But there was somebody else up there down your list. It was Corey Legent. I was interested in him, and pre-draft, and the Giants brought him in actually for a visit. They brought him and Mo Claiborne in for a pre-visit draft. I mean, a pre-draft visit. And I was interested in him because I feel like if we would have got him, we could have went edge rusher in the first round, which everybody thought we were going to anyway. But I thought if we could get legit, you definitely could go, a Sweat or a Josh Allen or somebody, But I think from what I've been reading about Dexter Lawrence, I've been hearing that they've been moving him everywhere on the field. They haven't just had him at nose. They've had him at nose and they've had him at the end position too, which is surprising to me because they said he came in, I believe, around 342, 345. So it's just to me, it's very surprising to have that kid out on the edge. They said from the first snap of rookie minicamp, they said he was showing off all his pass rusher moves. That he wasn't trying to just be a nose guard. He said from the first snap he was doing spin moves. He was working with his hands. He was doing everything. So they said this kid's not going to just be a nose guard. He said they're going to move him around a lot. They said they had him. They said they see him, Tomlinson, and Hill all splitting time at all three positions between nose, three tech, D tackle, edge rusher, all that stuff. So
I love
that
when
that
a
was
team
one
can
of
have the whole D line rotate. That's when that to me, that's when you're gonna do the most damage. When all the guys on your defensive line can play all up and down the line, like I don't know.
I think the people we have are good. My main concern is just our depth. Like that's my main thing. But behind those three, we got Joe Carter, we got Jimenez now, and we have R.J. McIntosh, and I know they were pretty big on him. And I know we drafted the other kid, Chris Slayton, I believe his name was, from Syracuse. We drafted this year, but I don't know too much on him. I haven't watched enough film or really. I haven't watched too much film on him at all, so I don't really know too much about the kid. But I think we're building up a lot with our deep tackle, but we're not really hitting it. I'm not really signing too many edge rushers. That's kind of my main concern. Um, because again, we have Jimenez, we have Carter, we have Marcus Golden, and we have like Kareem Martin, but I feel like we overpaid for Kareem, and I feel like the only other person that I would like to bring in probably right now is I'd definitely kick the tires on Shane Ray. I'd bring him in. Um, I think he's still young and versatile enough. He's 26 years old, I believe, and you give him a small deal. He get a really cheap deal because of his injuries and stuff. But if he can stay healthy, same thing on Marcus Golden that they did. And I mean, he's younger than Marcus Golden, I believe. So if he can stay healthy and you can get him for a year, and he can give you anything like 7, 8, 9 sacks, like that only helps. So that's probably one of the main people that I would definitely want to look out for. Boot, anybody that pique your interest in that list, anybody that you would like to see.
I definitely I've heard you talk about the whole Shane Ray deal. I definitely we definitely need more help at pass rushers. Uh, Honestly, I feel like we really addressed our need at cornerback, so I don't think that that's no longer a need we need to go out through in free agency. Um, but like you said, definitely depth. I don't know what it is with us. I feel like we have like a curse when it comes to like our linemen, whether it's offensive or defensive, and we literally go through dozens of them a year just to kind of like plug them in. And towards the end of the year, it's like you look up and you're like, dude, who the hell is this guy? This guy hasn't even played all except these last 3 games of the year. So, yeah, definitely more depth, I think. I really like the moves that we've made, and it's really gotten to a point where, like, at this point, I just need to see how we play now before I really see, like, because we have all these pieces that we're trying to move around on defense, and until we see how they actually perform, like it's going to give me a better idea of what we still have to address.
Right. Um, the only thing that scares me is So uh, today they were talking about Big George. They were talking about his versatility, and they were talking about him playing. They said he could be a developmental guy. They have him as a predicted right tackle, their second right tackle right now on the second team. Only that scares me is the line coach Hal Hunter came out and said that Chad Wheeler is the starting right tackle right now, and that just terrifies me because that kid was. I mean, and it's nothing personal. It's nothing personal at all. But that kid was literally the worst, or he was either the worst or top 5 worst right tackles in football last year. And the fact that we didn't bring in anybody, I mean, now I understand that we are probably on the top of Mike Rimmer's list because, he had his ties with Gettleman in Carolina, and he had his ties with Sherman on the Vikings. Sure, Rimmer himself is only a stopgap. We'll have him for 1 or 2 years, maybe 1 or 2 years I think at the most. But he's better than Chad Wheeler. Like, let's put it like that. Like, this kid Chad Wheeler's coming to NFL for the past 2 seasons, has graded out as one of the worst right tackles in football. And we continue. He was undrafted free agent. So we drafted him. We drafted Adam Bisnawadi. We moved up in the draft to draft Adam Bisnawadi in the 6th round. He's a tackle from Pittsburgh. So we drafted him in the 6th round. And then we went back after the draft was over. We signed Chad Wheeler as an undrafted free agent. And we kept Chad Wheeler after preseason. He made the team. And we cut Bisnawadi. So you traded up to get this lineman. You wasted a pick in trading up for the kid, cut him, and you signed the undrafted kid. And now for the past 2 seasons, he's graded out as one of the worst right tackles in football. And you continue to play this kid and not bringing anybody, not a veteran, not anybody that can push this kid, compete with him for a starting spot, nothing. So I really don't understand it. Like, we went out and we got Solder. We went out and we drafted Hernandez. We have John Halapio, and we had Spencer Pulley at center. We had Omame Eula had a right guard, and you released him. You brought in Jamon Brown, who was an upgrade because John Greco wasn't good either. So you've done everything else, every other position on the line. But right tackle, we just seem not to want to even touch. And I'll keep Chad Wheeler as a backup tackle. I'll keep him there, but he does not need to be starting. Is there anybody besides? I know one, 2 tackles I remember off the top of my head right now are Rimmers and I believe Jeremy Parnell. Are there any other tackles on that list that are like on the free agents list, or anybody that you even know that's like out there that's worth it?
Not to my not off the top of my head, but I could look real quick.
Well, is there anybody, while you're looking, is there anybody on that list, or anybody that comes to mind at all that you would possibly like to see the Jets picking up?
That we want to pick up? No.
Or anybody that you'd like to see them pick up?
No, there's not much left on the board, honestly. I know that.
Well, I know going into next year, and I know this has to do. Well, when you get a chance to let me know about that. But I know it's going into next year. This whole thing with I was talking about earlier with declined player options.
Donald Penn, I believe, is still is a free agent now. Didn't the Raiders cut him?
Yeah, they let him go.
I'd sign him for 1 year.
Yeah, I mean, again, it's an upgrade over Chad Wheeler. Would you take that?
Yeah, I would definitely. I hate Chad Wheeler. Like, I'm with you. With you, you said it's not personal. Like, with me, it's entirely personal. Like, I can't watch you eat shit week after week and just be like, nah, man, I'm sure you're a great guy. Like, I'm not even gonna give you the benefit of the doubt. Like, we need to get you the fuck out of here. Yeah, like, no, you you can't sit with us. Like, you gotta get the fuck out of here.
Well, next year there's going to be there's some interesting names out there. Honestly, next year, and so real quick, there's a list of people that I went through all NFL teams, and I went through all the people that declined and accepted the people's 5th-year options. So right now, the list, well, not now, this is pretty much it. But the list right now for declined player options, you have Jack Conklin, the right tackle from the Titans. So I have him at the top of my list because I definitely would take him.
He's on my list too, buddy.
Yeah, if we decide to, even if we decide to sign Rimmers for a year, I definitely will go out next year and get Jack Conklin in a heartbeat. Eli Apple, he's out there. So he'll be out there after the season. Carl
Fuck, I
Joseph.
would take Eli Apple right now. We need cornerback help so bad right now.
Wow.
After
Yeah.
Tremaine Johnson and Brian Pools, not much left. Fuck,
You got Perry.
I'd even take Morris Claiborne right now for the cheap.
You gotta wait because you gotta wait till all the mini camps and all stuff ends. People start gonna get cut. And you're gonna have some people out there, I'm sure. Carl Joseph. He was a free safety from West Virginia. I believe he was a free safety. I just West Virginia, but I don't know if he's a free safety or a strong safety. I don't remember that much.
I think he was a free safety. The Raiders cut
But
him.
yeah,
Oh, they declined his option. Sorry.
he kind of option. Yeah, him. Yeah, Shaq Lawson.
Cheeks. If the Bills decline your option, your cheeks.
That's terrible.
Just
Darren Lee. Josh
stupid.
Doctson. I was to ask you how you feel about that, but I guess I don't have to now. Quan Treadwell, receiver from the Vikings. He never panned out.
He's too slow. He can't get open.
Now you got Diggs and you got Fields, so he ain't gonna get the ball at that anyway. And you got Irv Smith now. He ain't getting the ball.
My guy.
Then you got Artie Burns, corner from the Steelers.
They declined his option?
Yeah.
I'll take him next year.
Yeah, Paxton Lynch. He's not even on the Broncos anymore.
He ain't been on the Broncos.
I know.
He's
Broncos.
cheeks.
He came out too early. He ruined his career. He came way too early. Then you got Joshua Garnett.
Out of Ohio State, okay.
Guard from Stanford. Joshua Garnett.
Oh, maybe it wasn't Joshua, but there's definitely Garnett that was out of Ohio State. Go ahead.
You got Robert Kendici, D tackle from Ole Miss. You know, he's an interesting one because I don't know. I think I was asking you before about this. Who's like, what happened in this case?
Didn't he fall off like a second story building or some shit like that as well? Was that him?
I don't know.
I think that was him.
Was that him? Well, I know there was a guy that I think he tried falling off. He tried jumping from balcony to balcony, something like that. And I think he broke his leg or something like that. I don't think that was Kendici though. But this guy Kendici was supposed to be the next big thing out of college. Everybody was saying he was really raw, but everybody was saying he was potential and his talent, X, Y, and Z, or whatever. And this kid just fell off the face of the earth. I don't know whatever happened to this.
Yeah, Kendici fell off. He fell out of a window in a hotel room in Atlanta, and then was eventually charged with pot. Yeah, that's what happened.
Well, what was he doing though?
I guess that was before he got drafted, though.
Oh man. Then you got Vernon Butler, defensive tackle from the Carolina Panthers, and then you have Jermaine Ifedi, tackle from guard tackle from the Seahawks. I think there's another one that just came out too soon.
Oh.
Sure, it took another year. Jermaine Ifedi.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think he should have stayed another year. But I mean,
it also doesn't help that there's literally no lineman who could block on that line.
Yeah, I don't know. I really don't understand that. I don't understand why the Seahawks just cannot seem to find a offensive lineman. I don't understand that at all.
Because they paid Russell Wilson.
They just did that.
More.
They paid him in the past too. That's how they lost all their defensive players. They can't fucking pay nobody.
I don't know, but you can still draft. They don't even draft.
Yeah, well, I got this fucking hidden theory that Pete Carroll isn't the fucking football guru that everybody thinks he is, but it's a different topic for a different day.
It's not. What he did worked, and then teams figured him out, and now he can't change.
It worked when you had like veteran leadership on defense and then you had a rookie quarterback. But when you start kissing the rookie quarterback's ass, all these defensive players that basically won you the Super Bowl, they're not putting up with that shit.
I also don't understand why they just don't seem to. They just don't value offensive linemen at this point. I don't think because the past two drafts, I feel like they've reached like this year. LJ Collier in the
My
first
man,
round.
my man, you calling it a reach is like being generous.
I don't have any other words to really describe it right now. Like I really don't at this point. But LJ
Stupid,
Collier,
foolish. No, I'm just kidding.
hey, LJ Collier in the first round. Like you know how much it's funny. You know how much heat I took on Twitter for calling him a reach. Like I'm like, is he not a reach though? Like people like I was on Twitter. I was just like, wow, Seahawks reached again. And you know how many people I just came at me just talking about like, oh, how's that a reach? Oh, are you a guru? Are you a scout? Are you a GM? Are you
First
this?
of
Are you that?
all,
Like,
that kid from Florida was still on the board. Greg Little was still on the board. There's still much better linemen on the board when they picked him.
Yeah, I think
yeah,
that people need to be taught like what a reach is. A reach isn't when you get like a great talent when nobody expects you to. That's not what a reach is. A reach is when you get a fucking player that you could have gotten 10 fucking picks later and he still would have been sitting there because you had all these great talent available at 6. I'm not gonna get into it because you don't know what a fucking reach is, buddy. Don't fucking get me started, okay?
I'm a little personal.
Nah,
Oh,
my bad. So I had a flashback. I don't know what's going on.
That PTSD is kicking in.
man, it's so personal. I didn't even do that. Oh god. But yeah, like you went LJ Collier was like I said the same thing. I was like, dude, you guys had Jawan Taylor sitting on the board. Like, people had him going top 10. You had a franchise left tackle sitting there on the board for you that could have blocked for Russell for the next however long he's there. You could have him as your left tackle and start rebuilding that offensive line finally. And you want to go take a DN from TCU that people had going going late second round, early third. So it's a reach. And everybody was like, "Oh, you really know what you're talking about. You're a GM, right? You're a scout. You're a coach. Oh, you must have worked with the Senior Bowl people. You must have did this. You might be a scouting director." And like, it doesn't take all that to see that the guy's a reach. It doesn't see like everybody's like, "Oh, you just believe Mayock. You believe this." And that was like, bro, when if one person says something, then okay, you take it with a grain of salt. When every scouting person, every analyst, every coach, every GM, everybody has
Pretty much everybody and the
it,
mother.
exactly. Everybody has this kid pegged as a late second to early third round player, and you took him in the first round. You reached like it's that simple. You reached last year with Rashad Penny in the first round, and you reached this year. And what has Rashad Penny done for you this year?
Not a motherfucking thing.
Like,
It's like that Patrick meme when the dude is trying to give him his wallet back and he's like, "So this is a third round prospect." Yup. And you drafted
yep,
him in the first. Sure. So that
yeah,
makes it a reach, right? Definitely.
nope.
So this is your reach? Nope, not my reach. Nope.
Oh gosh, like it don't make sense, man. It really doesn't make sense. How do people just uh I don't know, I don't care. I love it. I invite it. Like I love when people just start attacking me on Facebook, on Twitter and stuff like what's with that. I guess I know what I'm talking about. Like, oh, did you watch football all year round? You watch well actually yes, I watched pretty much every college football game that was on TV that I could every Saturday or Friday or wherever. I was there. So I mean, we all watched a decent amount of TCU that was on TV this year, and everything that everybody's read and seen and led to believe. Now, hey, this kid comes out and is the next best, Seattle defensive end or the greatest Seattle defensive end of all time. more power to you. Seattle looks, amazing. Pete Carroll and everybody, John Schneider, all of them, they look like geniuses. But for now, I think the jury's.
Look like
I'm gonna call.
idiots.
I'm gonna call it a reach. Like, come on. Like, I'm sorry, it is what it is. But I mean, I, I don't know if he has. I mean, I think they had a solid rest of their draft, but it is what it is. When you pass on, in my opinion, a franchise left tackle for probably not even like the third or fourth best DN on the board. That's what happens. But they're not the only team that reached. You know, there's a lot of other people that a lot of picks that happened in the first round that I actually was very surprised. I mean, I don't want to keep going back to the draft, but Cleveland Farrell at 4 was a shocker. That was a shocker to say the least. Great player, worth the fourth overall pick. I don't know about that one. May not surprise everybody with that pick.
Top 15? Yes. Top 5? No.
Top 15 meaning like I'm taking 14? Yeah, sure. I'm taking 14. But 5? I don't know. But after that long tangent, like I said before, if it's up to me, I look into Jack Conklin for next year. Joshua Garnett, I see how much he wants, but I feel like he might want a little more. And even though Kuz said that he's trash, I'd probably look into Shaq Lawson too. Again, Giants need edge rushers, and
I don't know.
if we
Maybe it's trash because he's on the Bills. I don't know.
I think that's what it is. I think it's what it is with you. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Like I said, the Bills can have all the talent in the world, and they're still going to be trash.
Canada's team. You can't talk to them like that.
Whose team?
Canada's team.
Yeah. If you're a Buffalo Bills fan, you're basically Canadian.
I want to go to Buffalo and see how they make their original Buffalo wings, though. See if they're really that good. That's what I do want to go do. I want to
Listen, man. I know we ain't do no free advertisements, but ain't no wings better than Packy's wings. Shout out to Packy's.
Oh man, I gotta disagree with you there because I gotta hold it down for the hometown. Oak Barrels wings, man. But if we're gonna do this, and
I wasn't impressed.
That's because you guys like different types of wings. That's all. I'm just saying. We can agree to disagree. We'll make a food show. I don't care. We can do a food podcast. That's fine with me. Well, I think this might be a record-setting show. I'm about to talk about. I can find a BS around for another 20 minutes though, if you want me to. But they both look busy and they're ignoring me. So we'll cut it. All right, good night.
What'd you say, Joe? I'm sorry, you were talking. I'm sorry. I kind of tuned you out a little bit once you said something about your wings being better.
Hey, look, we shit on the Cowboys a lot. It was because they're terrible human beings, honestly, from the bottom of my heart. But other than that, definitely props to Ezekiel Elliott. He's paying for the funeral expenses for that 8th grade football player's funerals in St. Louis, who was killed from a stray bullet when he was leaving a party one night. I think that's real as fuck. Mad respect for Zeke. Anytime like a player does something that's not, that they're not obligated or they're not required to do, I always think that you should definitely give them respect, and definitely props out to Zeke for doing that.
Mad respect for Zeke. I just hate that he's on the Cowboys, but I actually really fuck with Zeke.
Honestly, I was going to say the same thing. Like, a lot of these players that I hate on the Cowboys are honest just because they're on the Cowboys. Like, if Zeke Elliott was on the Cowboys, I have no problem with the guy. Like, it's just what it is. Like, I could just be petty at that point. It doesn't matter. There's a lot of people. Jalen Smith, out of Notre Dame linebacker. I love the kid. I was like, I hope the Giants get the kid. Cowboys drafted him. I was like, I hope he dies. I want nothing to do with the kid. No,
I hope he steps on a Lego and is out for the season.
I'm
But
telling you, like, I did not care at that point. Any other kid, you know how I felt when they dropped Sean Lee? Sean Lee, Penn State product, like, love this kid. Love Sean Lee. Went to
by the way,
Chicago.
nobody took
Oh,
more L's in the draft than me and Joe this year.
my gosh. Yo, I think we're not gonna get into that. We're not even gonna get into it. I know Abu didn't because he didn't get a lot of Miami players drafted, but that's just.
Yeah, I'm way past this draft. Honestly, I'm already looking forward. I'm already looking forward to next year's draft. You know what I'm saying? It's cool. We can talk about it, but just know I have nothing positive to pull away from it. I have not enough actually. I don't have enough positive to pull away from it.
I don't want to see you with a Tank for Tua shirt on next week's podcast.
The
You
take
better
for
not have.
two, buddy. At this point, I'll take a quarterback at 26. I don't give a damn who's left. Be like, yeah, tell you.
Terrible. All right, we're getting out of here. Before we go, anybody have anything they want to touch on? I have something, but if y'all want to go, speak
All right,
now or forever hold your peace.
you go first, Joe.
All right. All right. I've just been paying attention to the Giants drafts lately, and one thing that really annoys me, and I've talked about it many times before, as far as us, in my opinion, I feel wasting a lot of draft picks. Um, and just when you break it down to the statistics, like when you watch, if you see the volume of people the Giants draft, and you see the people that make the team, you see people that make the team to their second contract, you see people that not only leave the Giants, but they don't go on to other teams, people that are out of the league after, 2 and 3 years on the Giants. It speaks to me in volumes, just like how bad we've been drafting the past probably like 10 years, and to me, that's like the biggest shocker. It's like when you sit here and you look and you see people, you got like Kenny Phillips, who I thought was a stud free safety. He was great for us for a long for like the time he was there, and then he got hurt. And not only is the kid not back on the Giants, he's out of the league. We were taking people in the third and fourth round. We had Clint Centum, who was a 3-4 linebacker who we tried to force into a 4-3 backer spot, and he lasted 2 seasons. And then not only he's not on the team anymore, he's out of the league. It's a waste of a second round pick, you know. And it seems like no matter who's behind the controls, we keep doing this, And just the last 2 years, I look at the drafts, like 2017, we draft Davis Webb, third round quarterback, and I understand there was a different head coach or different GM there and everything. I get that, I understand that part, but one, we didn't give Davis Webb a fair shake even when Sherman and Gilman came in. He didn't give the guy a chance. And I thought that Davis Webb could have been good for us. Yeah, to me, he had, I think he was underrated in his athleticism, and he had a big arm. But just to put some names out there, after Davis Webb went, Devonta Freeman went, Shaquille Griffin went, James Conner went, Cedric Thompson went, Eddie Jackson went, Tariq Cohen went, George Kittle went, and Desmond King went. After we took Davis Webb or that third round pick, all those people went after him. I would take any one of those players on the Giants right now. So now again, not only is Davis Webb not on the team, he's on my practice squad for the Jets. Moves forward to 2018. Got Kyle Leonard in the fourth round. Now this is harder to say because these people haven't really figured out all their roles yet. But 2018, Kyle Leonard goes. Next couple picks, Deshaun Hamilton, receiver from Penn State, he goes. Deshaun Hand goes. Linebacker Kenny Young goes. Running back Jalen Balaj goes. St. Brown goes. Trey Flowers, safety goes. Jalen Samuels goes. Scott Quessenberry, the center from the Chargers, and we need center help because we have two backups fighting for a starter role. Another tight end I love, Troy Fumagalli, he went. There's all these people, and now again, Now you look at Kyle Lawler this year. Now we go and we draft Daniel Jones. Now they're talking about having Daniel Jones, Eli Manning, Alex Tanney, Ryan Dungy, and Kyle Lawler on the squad. Now they're talking about Kyle Lawler is probably going to be cut this year. Now you've wasted the past 2 years. You've wasted a third-round pick on a quarterback where you could have had a Pro Bowl safety or a Pro Bowl running back or something, and now you go back this year and you are going to waste a fourth-round pick on another quarterback that you got for no reason to waste time with, and now you could have more players on the team, more young talent. You could have probably, who knows, a cornerback, a safety, a lineman, anything. I don't understand why we keep taking these quarterbacks if we're not going to commit to that at all. And it annoys me because we're just taking, we're using too much, we're using too valuable a pick. If you want to take a fifth, a sixth, or seventh round flyer on a quarterback, go ahead and do it. Don't waste a third round pick on a quarterback that you're not going to try to at least build something with. I understand it was different regimen from Davis Webb, and McAdoo to Shermer. I understand it was different regimen. But your reason for cutting Davis Webb is you're bringing in Alex Tanney, who's a 31-year-old backup quarterback with no NFL experience. So what is the point, and what's the difference in keeping Alex Tanney, who has to learn a new playbook, who's 31 with no NFL experience, and keeping Davis Webb, who's 21 or 22, 23, with no NFL experience, who has to learn the playbook? There's no difference. Neither quarterback has ever played it down the NFL. One's just been in the league for 8 years, but it's the first year on a new team with a new head coach and a new playbook. So what is the point? Yeah, that's it. It annoys me to no end, and I just feel like we're gonna keep doing it, and we're gonna keep shooting ourselves in the foot. If we take a quarterback in the third round next year, I will be completely pissed off.
Hey, hey, man. At least y'all didn't take Christian Hackerberg in the second, all right?
Yeah,
but at least Christian Hackenberg got playing time.
Yeah,
out of pure luck, because everybody went down.
Look, we drafted Lauletta and Davis Webb, and we didn't even get to see what either of them could fucking do outside of preseason. And we had this conversation last episode. We were talking about the whole Daniel Jones and Dwayne Haskins situation. If we were going to break Eli Manning's starting streak on anybody, why the fuck was it Geno Smith when we had Davis Webb sitting on the bench? It's like this is just the shit that adds on top of the frustration where it's like,
well, because if you're gonna take Eli out for anybody, you want it to be to give you the best chance at winning, and the best chance at winning logically would be to put in the quarterback who's had experience starting in the NFL.
Yeah, well, he ate shit.
I don't agree with it, but like that's logically thinking. If you're gonna take Eli Manning out for like that game, why would you take him out for somebody who's never took a snap in the NFL?
Because you drafted him.
I agree, but I'm telling you that's why they put Geno in over Davis Webb.
Yeah.
To me, that's stupid because I think at the end of the day, I think that matters. I think that would be okay if we were at a point in the season where winning the game actually meant something. Like if we were like 4-4 or something like that, or 4-5, and it was like a must-win game to keep pace with whoever. You guys like totally shit in the bed, and we're like, all right, we need something to happen here. We need somebody to step in. And we put Geno Smith in, and he leads us to a victory. Then I can understand that. But not at the point in the season where we're 4-10 or whatever, or I think it was last year, so we were 1-whatever. We were 1-15, or what? We were like 1-14 or 1-10, and you want to put Geno Smith in, like. That to me is pointless. You're 1-10. Like you're 1-10. Why are you putting Geno Smith in? Because even if you win the game, you're going to be 2-10. You're not making the playoffs. So at that point, put Davis Webb in, let him start the rest of the season or something, and see what he can do. Because at least then you have a sample size of at least 5, 6, or 7 games. Go and you can go off of that, and then you make your point as to whether or not you want to keep him or not. But if you guys are done, I'm done.
I got a quick stick to say. I'm fucking tired of people talking shit about Le'Veon Bell not showing up for voluntary workouts when it's been known for anybody that's ever played with him and most people in the league that man has one of the toughest workout regimens for himself. And also, it's voluntary right now. He doesn't have to be there. And clearly, like he said, he's sticking to his formula that he knows works best for him. So everybody just needs to hop off the man's back, let the man do his workout, and come mandatory camp, he will be there.
Abood, anything?
Yeah. I don't like you guys. This podcast is trash. And no, I'm just fucking with you. No, I don't got shit to say, honestly. I feel like I'm just waiting for there to be like more to talk about. I'm waiting for there to be like more shit to talk about. Like, I really want to see what happens once like camps start opening. Like, this is like that like dull part of the year where really like only off the field shit is left to talk about. Where it's like really, I'm just more concerned about like what's gonna happen once we start getting teams on back on the field. So, yeah, that's my main concern as of right now.
All right. Well, another episode in the books. We're going to keep a close eye on a lot of situations that we brought up. Certainly the GVP topic we're going to keep an eye on. I haven't heard much from the Tariq situation lately. I think that's definitely something that, unless you heard something.
That's because the NFL is stalling. That's why. The NFL doesn't want to do shit yet.
Well, we're going to keep an eye on the GVP situation, the Tariq situation. There's like Abu said, there's a lot of off-field things going on. More mini camps going on this week. The Giants already had theirs. The Jets didn't have theirs yet, or no?
What's that?
Do the Jets have their rookie mini camp yet, or no?
We actually are not having a rookie mini camp, but instead, during the days where we're supposed to have rookie mini camp, Adam Gase is going to have everybody in the classroom learning the playbook and all that. And actually, apparently, this is not something new for him. He did this every year in Miami. He'd rather just get, huh?
Nah, my bad. Go ahead.
Yeah, he'd rather the players get really familiar with his system and the offense and the defense. So, I mean, I'm not really worried about it. So it's not like we're not doing shit for rookie minicamp, but everybody's going to school.
Hey, that's not bad. Not bad at all.
Yeah.
All right. Well, keep an eye out on everything going on around the league. I wonder what's gonna happen with Pacman. I wonder if he's just gonna be banned for life or something. Just give it up.
That man just needs to fucking create his own circus
and be the whole show himself. Nobody else is joining it.
Yeah.
Why doesn't he have a reality show? Honestly, there's certain players. If they had a reality TV show, that shit would be fucking insane. It needs to be like him,
like
Antonio Cromartie.
Oh my god.
Antonio Cromartie does have his own reality show.
Does he really? He markets it terribly because I've never heard about it.
I have.
Don't they have what was it? Keeping Up with the Crows or something like that? They have like
keeping up with the Cromarties. Him and his 11 kids.
11 kids, man. If him and Philip Rivers get together, they could have a mean ass kickball game.
Nah, you want to know? You want to know what's fucked up about Antonio Cromartie? Is after 9 kids, he tried to stop it. He had a vasectomy. My man still somehow found a way to pop out twins.
Yo, he got some strong swimmers.
I'm telling you.
Respect.
Yeah, respect to Cromartie.
Just know if I was him, I'm suing that doctor. You paying for that child. You're paying for these children.
He probably had the kids, and the doctor walked up, and he was just like, "Shut up."
He's like, "Sir, you're nothing I've ever seen before. I didn't even think this was possible."
You either was a Jets fan or a Chargers fan. That's all you gotta know.
Oh my god! I'm telling you, we need a Sportsmark. Sportsmark needs to get this kickball game going on. The Rivers versus the Cromarties.
Oh my god. I'm tagging both of them on Twitter in this video.
Yeah.
You guys think it's gonna happen?
We're gonna do like a clickbait title for our video. Cromarties and Rivers kickball game? Question mark.
No, you gotta make it something that they're gonna want to both click on. You gotta make it like they're beefing or something like that. You gotta make it something real.
They're gonna like see their names like attached to this. They're gonna be like, "What the fuck?" They click the video and it's just Joe standing there, like, "Hear me out, hear me out. Don't turn the video."
I know you're about to turn it off. It was clickbait. I apologize. But
would you want to play?
Just go to sponsor it. There's a couple shout outs on social media. Get our followers up. Have a little fun. That's all. That's all.
We cannot pay you. I repeat, we cannot pay you.
It's not gonna happen. It's like I can make basic ham and cheese sandwiches.
We'll have like a pitcher. We'll have like one of those big Gatorade coolers with like the ones you mix it yourself.
I was going to buy all the kids Capri Suns and stuff. That would be it.
Oh man.
I thought that'd be better. I don't know. Maybe
Sports mark for the kids.
Oh, for sure. We're all about the kids. Just not this podcast. This is not a family show. I've given that up on the whole family.
It started out as a family show, but we should fuck all that shit. This is no holds barred, unfiltered, off shit.
This is only that's not a family show. Everything else is a family show.
That's a fact. This ain't no Brady Bunch.
Nah, this is. You see what time we shoot? You see what time we record? This is after dark. We don't hold that stuff around here. All right, we're done. Like I said, I can rant for 20 minutes, and it happened. It happened. Extra 20 minutes is what on this show. You're welcome, world. You are welcome. All right, we're done. We're taking applications for a boot spot because he said he hates us. So we need somebody else. You guys also see that Dre's not here, so I don't know what he's doing. We're gonna just keep talking about the Eagles next week.
Oh man, how could I forget? Yeah, no, fuck the Eagles. Bye, Dre.
There you go. Plug in for Dre. All right, guys, we're done. Make sure you support us, like us,
hey,
follow us.
Listen. We should put up.
Why do you do this?
I got something to say. We should put up a poll. We should put up a poll and see. Can I finish my goddamn saying? You might like this. This is very important. This is important.
You do it in the show. I'm gonna mute my mic now.
We should put up a poll and see if the fans like it better with the three of us, or if they think we should bring Dre back on the show.
Oh my god, this guy's just fucking.
I mean,
dividing the fucking podcast.
I mean, Dre is an Eagles fan. And
God.
This is his third missed podcast. I don't know. Right now, we're foul tip.
Kuz is that guy. He's just listening to Joe. He's like, it's a mighty nice outro you got there. It'd be a real shame if somebody came in. Just had something to say right now.
Oh, God. Oh, if you're listening, then I'm one vote for you. No, I'm kidding. All right, everybody. Good night. Support us, like us, share, comment, follow, all that stuff. You cut me off again, I swear to God. Good night, everybody.